We'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. I don't know what time it is. Is that clock right? Because my clock says 6.
Mine says 6 exactly. I'm
Okay,
writing
we're on
6.
6. Start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Exactly 6, yeah.
I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Welcome, everybody. Sorry.
I remember when they put under God in, when I was a little kid in kindergarten, they didn't have under God.
Sorry we made you get up. We just need to approve the minutes from February, as we didn't have a meeting last month, and there was no changes, nothing?
Yeah, there were changes.
Okay.
But we circulated them, and then the final draft was approved, right?
I think, yeah, you were going to make the final
Yep.
posting. It got posted, so we approved it.
I posted the draft, is that correct? Because I don't think I would have posted
I think you posted the draft. After we
made
After
the
we
correct.
made the changes.
All right.
Okay.
So approved. Motion.
Motion to approve.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All done. Thank you. I'll let Pam do.
There's not much to update on the EP grant. We've had one.
Yes.
You want me to leave this unlocked?
We do not need in there.
You don't need it?
Thank you.
Okay. You have a key if you need it?
I think I do. Yes, I do. Thank you.
So we had one call that was inconclusive. The consultants are working on the map still. We have another call on April 20 where they'll maybe present some more developed thinking. Margaret was on the call that we had, I guess in March or late February, and that's where we stand. Once we have the information from the call on April 20, I'll send out for everybody's review anything that comes out of that call that warrants discussion and thinking.
Yep.
So one thing I had asked the town to put together a page on the town website for materials to be made available to the public. And so that's something that the town has done. Materials haven't been posted yet, but I will probably, circulate to the group candidates for public posting. Things like similar to what was done with the CPRC, posting documents that might be of use to the public.
Yep.
So I'll do that. The thing to keep in mind going forward, everybody should be recording any time that they spend on this project, because the grant, getting the full grant amount is dependent on volunteer hours totaling at least 100. So all volunteer hours count any time that you work on do anything, whether it's just reading documents, thinking about it, doing research, website, any kind of time that you spend, if you could document it, and then at the end of the month, I'll ask for people's hours, so we can hit the 100 hour mark.
All right. Document our hours. Beautiful. Thank you very much. And I think it was March that we had our meeting.
Yeah.
Early March.
Early March.
Yeah. All right. And then I forgot. Welcome, Tim. This is your first official meeting.
Thank you.
Glad you are joining us.
Very glad.
We're very excited.
Yeah.
Then the planning board and ZBA updates. Is anyone?
They are.
There's nothing. Like, I think they canceled their last meeting, right? They didn't have any.
No,
They had one last night.
Oh, well, I know last night.
Right,
So then, but the
no,
previous
no.
month, nobody had any meetings, and then last night, but I wasn't able to attend, and you were not able
I
to
watched
attend.
it today.
Oh, did you watch it? So you get the update on last night's
All right,
meeting?
it's not much to say, nothing pertaining to us environmentally.
Yeah.
On there, there's 2 projects, I forgot the names of this already, but since they didn't have any environmental issues that we concerned us, I didn't write the names down to bring here.
Yep.
And there's a new application that'll be coming up again next month. Most of these are like for porches and, you know,
Yeah, lot line adjustments.
Yeah,
line
they're simple,
adjustments
simple
and
things.
being closer to the setbacks and stuff like that, which with no environmental issues. You know, the usual, actually they weren't too bad. There was no 170, 180 feet variances
Yeah.
granted this time. Just over the 20% you're allowed, according to code, but nothing outstandingly obviously an overreach. In my opinion, I've always felt that they were acting illegally. You disagreed with me, I remember that. He said they're the ZBA, they can bury themselves.
Yeah, I don't remember the specifics.
Well, I brought up the fact that the code said the variances were no more than 20% allowed from whatever it was, and you said because they're the ZBA.
Oh,
They
right,
had-
because
they-
there's New York State law that superseded
They
our
could
local
supersede
law.
that, and we had that discussion, which I personally don't take offense, never thought it was resolved completely, but they keep doing it anyway, so, you know, maybe, I've never seen them not give a variance that I can recall, and I've been going there a long time, so this is pretty common practice with them to give variances, because they're the ZBA, but nothing environmental, so we had nothing to comment on, because everything they were varying, so like setbacks and stuff like that,
And that was the planning board last night,
Last
right?
night.
that was last night.
And so
It's
was
on,
the
you can,
ZBA
it's
canceled?
only 37 minutes
The
if you have
ZBA
the
hasn't,
interest to watch it.
I read through all the materials, there was nothing that
yeah.
piqued my interest.
Yeah,
I
and the
agree.
ZBA's last meeting, I think, was canceled as well, right? Was March, I don't think anyone met in March, I feel like.
No,
No. I think everyone had a
I think the
free-
planning, town board met, I think.
Town board, sorry, besides the town board. And I don't think they had anything, I wrote town board nothing.
Nothing.
So that because I really feel like y'all's meeting was really fast, right? You just had the report and then you went into executive session.
It was a brief, yeah, it was
Yeah.
pretty, it wasn't a lot.
Yeah, so I think we were kicked out and that was it. So, all right, well, thank you, Howard. A few things going on. We have the Earth Day event next Sunday, and I'm going to be going. Tim, I think you said you were available. Colleen Howland for the Climate Smart Community will be there.
I'm gonna come for,
You're there, but you're there with Carrie, or
it looks like I'm gonna try and split.
okay, so you're around.
I've
I'm gonna
donated my
be-
kid to carry, so I
Okay.
can come and hang out.
So we're going to be free flowing. We've got, with the Climate Smart Community, we've got like our water protection map. So we'll have that display. I think, Susan, you are giving, or you have given the
Oh, the awesome aquifer?
yes.
Yeah, I talked to Mike Herzog.
Yeah,
and
so I
they're
was talking to Mike as
interested.
well. So he said
Okay,
he's gonna take it and try to have
Right,
that out as
right,
well.
right.
And I did some, this is really sad stuff, but I did some color pages that we're giving away. And
Nice.
then just for recycling, because Colleen's going to do a little bit with the recycling as a part of that. And just added the town of Washington and the Climate Smart little logo to it, just so that there was like some recognition to us. And I don't know if there's anything else that we're going to do, but it's kind of like when we get there, we'll dive in. Because it's very flowing right now, because they don't even know what they're doing since it's the first one. So we're trying to just kind of work it out. And we're just going to be there to try to help with anything that we know.
Hopefully there'll be more outreach to the public.
I hope so too. But I'm even working on our old NRI pamphlet, the
Yeah.
brochure that we did for the NRI, for the farmer's market, and see if I can revamp that so that we have that as well. So that's going on.
I have a picture, I didn't bother to send it,
Yeah.
of me in 2010 up at the Dutchess County Fair doing basically what you're doing. I figure nobody really needs to see a picture of me from 2010. And what we did is we had some of the maps, like these maps up here,
Yep.
and we asked people if they were interested in seeing where they were on the map.
Right.
And it worked pretty well. A lot of people,
Yeah.
you know, had a little sign like, would you like to see where you are on the map? I'll help you find it, you know, if you're interested in different ones. And people came up and they looked and,
Yeah.
you know, that got people to the table.
So that map there is the one that we're hoping to have. I'm pretty sure that's what's going to be there. And that
Yeah.
one, you know, is fairly easy to see where your property is, especially if you're in that water protection, because it has your property code number. So usually it's easy enough to kind of guide.
Oh, so good.
So that one's gonna-
you're
yeah.
do that.
Oh, yeah.
You-
And we did that as a part of the hospitality overlay
yeah.
process. And we did a lot of that pinpoint where people live so that they knew where the water was, the aquifer was. Because some people, you know, a lot of people
Good.
just have no idea.
That's-
So yeah, that's
that's-
similar to
that's a good-
what we were planning.
Good device to get people involved a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
So are you planning to go just at noon, or are you going early to set up something?
I'll be going early to set up something. I just don't, you know what. I've been working with Danielle a little bit.
Okay.
We're going back and forth, but.
Reach out if there's a time you want folks
Okay.
to meet you there.
Alrighty. Otherwise, noon's great. So then I sent a whole bunch of stuff, copies. I'm not even sure what I ended up copying everybody, and I apologize because sometimes I just get, you know, zealous about what I'm doing. But, you know, we have the amphibian migration was going on, so then we have, you know, a lot of people were posting, I think we had a lot of social media, making that aware, people aware of that, which was awesome. And, you know, we have slow-mo spring, which I have a flyer around here somewhere, but I've lost it.
Oh, it was in there, right?
Is it in there? I think it's actually here somewhere.
Okay.
Nah, it's gone now. Anyway, so just to remind everyone about that, slow mowing for the spring to let the pollinators.
So, distinguish between no-mo and slow-mo?
So no-mow is kind of pointless for us because our season comes on too quickly. So if you don't mow, literally, you're going to bale hay.
Right.
So
okay.
we suggest slow mowing, or doing patches or borders.
Right.
So it's just a more slow process, and like
Right.
don't get into the mowing yet, because a lot of people just mow.
Right.
They won't.
Right,
They
right.
won't. So we'd say if maybe just slow, just
And
leave
maybe
a little
don't mow
here.
every week.
Don't mow every
Yeah.
week. Let this side of the yard go, and then maybe this. You know,
What happened to No Mow May? We're not doing that anymore.
because
May, May is
it's
too
gone.
late.
We
It's
had
too
that,
late.
to
It's
bring
too
it up
late.
because
It
we-
really is April that we're talking
Yeah,
about.
I mean, right now flowers
And
are out
yeah.
now, and the some of the activity is already going on. So if you slowly get into it, and not just
Do we have a way of
It's-
disseminating this to the public?
we will have it posted tomorrow
On the website?
on the website. It will also go on social media.
Okay.
So it's just a
Okay.
part of the seasons. It's one of the things that we
Right, okay.
we have posted, so it will go out.
So, and Chrissy's, you gave that to Chrissy, is that what you do?
Natalie will
Natalie,
take care of
right,
it. Yeah,
okay,
she's
okay.
the techie person, so she'll do that. So that's just something we kind of do every spring, get it,
Mm-hmm.
kind of remind people. And so then that's one thing going on. And then I don't know if anyone else had seen it, the new New York State law with the lights out after 11 p.m. Has anyone seen this?
So you, yeah, that. I
Besides
have-
what I sent you,
No,
obviously.
No,
but
no, but what you sent was very interesting.
It's
So
very cool.
It's
Oh,
very
did I
cool.
missed that. You actually sent the
Yeah.
law?
Well,
Yeah.
It's not a law.
It's not a law, but it's being proposed.
It is in
Oh,
states
okay.
around us,
Yeah. And it's something that it looks like it's
not all the way around.
gonna kind of happen, so
Northeast.
that.
Well, I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. No, it's something that we
We
discuss.
always do dark sky when plans come up. Always make a little note to them and say,
Right.
and they always put it in. The people
Yeah.
who are putting the plans in have no problem with lighting, dark sky lighting.
Yeah, and this is actually going to be something more relevant than just dark sky, because this is going to be for anything that's not required, not for safety issue. You know, it's everyone's light. It's almost lights out after 11.
I remember something when, you were Audia parking lot of all places. I mean, there was a thing that they should turn out their lights after like 11 or 12 o'clock, unless they were open for something. And this is way back, and I think it was still around then, something like that. That you can have lights on if you're a business, or I don't know about people's houses, but if you're a business and you're open, you can have your lights on, but if you're not open as a business, you're supposed to turn them off. And
Right.
whether it was voluntary or not, I can't remember for sure, but the planning boards used to stick that in there, you know.
It
people-
is required, it's in our code.
But now it's required.
It's required in our code, 11 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Yeah.
You have to have your lights off. But this is the state, and the
This is-
state is going to require this on everything,
All right, good, so.
which is a huge move for the environment.
And
you
we
know.
as the CAC, you know, when we got a chance to comment a little bit at the meetings to the planning board of the ZBA, could remind them of that, to add that little bit into the code. And very few people have trouble adding that, businesses and so on,
Yeah,
because it doesn't affect them.
yeah, no,
And
it's,
normally the lights are on automatically anyway.
yeah. So I thought it was an interesting article to share.
No, thank you.
And I have like tons of them apparently this week, the month. And then I had read this other one, which I think I read more articles on Lyme disease than any person out there.
So that was interesting. The New York Times has also been running a series on alpha-gal. I don't
Mhm.
know if people have saw that.
This babesia is how alpha-gal is transmitted? Is
No,
that-
it's two
Oh.
different things.
No,
So
it's-
alpha-gal is
oh,
not
yeah.
an infection.
It's
It's your own protein having an allergic reaction to
It's
other animal
attacking
proteins.
itself.
Oh, okay.
And it's probably not something that happens from one tick bite.
No, I
Current
think
research suggests it builds up, and some people have just stomach illness. I was just with a researcher that's
Yes.
focused on this in their lab last
Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
Mm.
And some people actually have anaphylactic shock.
so.
Probably your
do
microbiome.
So do some people just have it and it sits there and it doesn't ever become necessarily really severe?
It is what's in your gut
Yeah.
as you build up the tick exposure
Yeah.
seems to be
So-
determinant, and then there's some genetic aspects.
So I think this is me.
Yeah.
This is why I read so much about this, is because I have a lot of problem digesting protein.
Yeah.
And I think this is where, and I am the number one person who gets tick bites in this area, I think. So I just think it's always a
Yeah.
very interesting thing. And
That's my research.
I knew it was.
That's my paper.
Oh, was
Oh,
it?
wow.
Very nicely done again.
Congratulations.
So, thank you, Shannon, because without
Yes.
you, what would I know?
This
That
was
work
an
was all
ecosystem?
looking at co-infections and babesia,
Right.
which is on the rise.
Right, and so without boring the world, because everyone's watching the video, I, through my own process, learned that I had a co-infection, and it wasn't until I was able to kill both at the same time that I ever showed any improvement. So it is a and that was before now. Like that's when
Babesia is nasty.
it was horrible. Let me tell you. So anyway, so keeping everybody updated on ticks. It's the season. Trust me, they're already out. Also, did I sent you the Wappingers Cranberry Hill property?
Yeah.
That was huge. That was a very interesting article. Amazing that they did this. You know, it's always something nice to see, look forward to. Could happen here at any point. And then, I'm not sure if I sent this one or what this one was. This was the, oh, did I send the one about Nantucket? I must not have sent y'all this one. So this was an interesting article I saw about a homeowner was fined after chopping down trees on their own land without a permit. And they were fined, quite a bit. And it's
Good.
just, it was very interesting that the conservationists in Nantucket attacked them, and that they're like literally, and I know, I go to Nantucket now and again, and I know how strict and severe their code and everything is. So it's this kind of very interesting article. I'll send it all to you if you want to see it, and just what happens when people aren't aware of their own laws. And it was just amazing that I just thought it was kind of an interesting article. Did everyone do their code of ethics? Shannon?
No.
Shannon was the only person I think,
I
Tim,
forgot.
you did, and you went in and signed the register.
No, I have to do that.
So if you can
Yeah,
sign the
I'll do
register,
that.
Howard, did you
I
get it?
signed.
You
My
got
son-
everything
My
done?
son took me down. and I
Good,
signed
good,
it.
thank you. And Pam, you did it first, right?
So I did the in-person training.
So that's what I thought, you did it first.
I don't remember, I signed in, but I didn't sign anything.
You probably need to go back to the
Yeah.
town hall
And-
with
and-
Chrissy, and she'll sign you in the book.
Yeah, so I have not done that.
All right, so I
need
just
go
wanted to
the
make
book.
sure we were all sworn in
So I'm the only one
legally.
that did this?
No, I did it as
Oh, you
well,
could-
but
you-
I mean, I
well, you
watched
do
the
everything.
video, but
I know, I watched the video and
I
then I
haven't come
swore.
over and
Do you know how
signed.
close you live?
I know, I just forgot. I forget.
And then, and plus, in all fairness, they're closed before you're usually off work, aren't they?
It's been a month. Yeah,
It's
it's
okay.
been crazy.
It's
but
been a crazy
I
month.
also totally forgot, so it's a good thing.
It's all good. Don't
Just
worry.
sent
I'm not
myself an
gonna.
email.
I actually spoke with Mike Herzog today, and he was telling me that they're having a special plant a tree in the village of Millbrook. Do you know about this, Shannon?
So the Village Shade Tree Commission.
Shade Tree Commission, and it's
Yep.
April 25th. Is that the correct date? Because I couldn't find it on the village's website.
Oh gosh, I don't know.
It's
if
not
the
on
correct
Arbor
date.
Day.
Yeah, no.
It's a separate day, and I think he told me April 25th, and I was trying to find it on the website, and I was just kind
All
of
I know is it's
scattered.
supposed to be this month.
It is this month. Let's go with the 25th. 25th sounds like a
April
great day.
25th.
It's just that, so anyone wanted to join in, you know, they could go and plant a tree as well, and I thought that was very nice that they had that going on with theirs. I also know that it was brought up to them that the CSC for the village, that it was wanted that we combine with the town, and that we would all love that. I know we tried to do that, you know, many years ago, and we understand the whole reasoning why we're not combined at this point, but we would like to work with getting to that position. But we just need more climate smart community members so that we can get all of our actions done. We need to be as close. We need to have bronze certification, if not in place or almost in place, so that we could then join and collaborate with them.
Right.
It's not obviously fair on them for us to come in and say, hey, let us piggyback on you and get our bronze certification that way, which you can't. I mean, it's just totally unfair, and
I think it's more with New York, with the
it's
group
what New-
allow it to
it's
happen.
what was allowed. I mean,
Yeah.
because if we'd have been able to piggyback on in the very beginning when they were just starting, and we could actually do some of the actions with them, some of them that would have worked, it would be great. But now we have to just get our certification, and then we could collaborate with some of the newer ones that they're doing right now, which will help with our bronze.
Yeah.
So I know we have to get in together with the village on that, but we just haven't had a combined meeting as yet. So at some point we'll
We
get
just
with
had
you
our
guys.
first one.
That's
in
what he
quite
said.
a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You only have to have like 2 a year, official ones.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, and since our liaison for the town board is no longer with us, and now this is what we're going to bring up tonight, because Susan
Yeah.
Weather, our liaison was our lead. So will you be our lead?
I'll be happy to.
You're happy to help. So and
Yes,
it's Pam is technically our liaison with the CAC.
Mm-hmm.
So
So I can go to meetings.
so we'll and she can help guide you, and we literally have the actions set. We just have to start implementing them.
Great. What are
And-
the actions?
Well, we can get a list out. So
It's extensive.
it's extensive. It's not like
No,
I can just
know.
say
Oh, I thought you had selected. some.
they are selected, but I can promise you my memory banks don't have that in my head right now. But we can get the list, and a lot of the things have been done. We just have to upload them. Like,
a lot
I'm
of
not saying a
paperwork.
lot of them have been done.
It's
but
just a lot of paperwork.
it's
Yeah.
paperwork that we have to get together and have uploaded.
What do you need from the town board? and
Well,
me?
we just need you at this point to say, yes, you're on, and you are the
Totally.
liaison.
Yeah, absolutely. No,
Perfect.
I'd love to be. I mean, I
Put it in
don't
the
know
minutes.
that I have to get,
It's just-
official recognition from the town board to do that.
Nope.
Or it's from you guys? Okay.
No, you're official. You just
That's
did
great.
it.
Okay. No, I was.
And I can also get her access to the website?
Correct. So we'll get you signed in so that you have access to the website so you can then read what all the things are
Because there's a separate Climate Smart Community website.
that we log into.
Okay, I mean, I've seen the CSC, I guess, through Hudson Valley Regional Council.
Yeah.
or what. Yeah, and it just like, I was just kind of like, couldn't make heads or tails.
No, it's very overwhelming if you don't understand it. So that's where the biggest problem is. And we have a lot of actions that we've done that are, as they call the low-hanging fruit.
Right.
But I actually haven't even had a chance to go on and look to see if any of them got uploaded, but I feel like they didn't. But it's just like recycling bins in the town hall. We just need to have a picture, sign off,
Right,
and
right,
whatnot,
right.
upload it. Stuff like that.
Mhm.
And it's stuff that we have done. And Chrissy, we had worked with Chrissy a little bit. I know she had worked with Leslie. I just don't know where it's all at.
Right.
So
right,
we just
right. I'll
real-
be seeing her tomorrow, and
Okay.
I'll ask about
So we'll
that.
go through it, but until you have the access to see the list, you're kind of going to be in the dark a little bit longer.
Okay.
So we'll get
Okay.
that all set up.
Okay.
Pam will help set that up. So I think that was probably our biggest thing was the CSC getting that. And we could use some more members so that we can get these actions.
How can we, what do you suggest?
Don't know what to suggest. There was a woman that came to one of our meetings that she was gun-ho interested in. I reached out to her and she never got back to us.
Can
And
we
she
get
never-
names and emails at the April 19th event?
We'll do it again. That's what
that's
we
a good
did.
idea.
That's a really good idea.
We did that at the farmers market when we did the
Yeah.
NRA, and I shared that with the Village of Millbrook CSC, and I think they got all of my people.
Oh.
But we didn't get them to sign on. I think we have to get 10 for the chance of maybe one.
I know, but how many people are in your climate smart community?
So the people that I know that come
Yeah.
are a town board, or a village board person.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, two village board people
That's pretty
have
good.
come. And then me, Peter, Elder, Jen, and Mike.
Okay, so you're getting more on one hand than I am.
And it came
Sorry.
from the NRI. It was from doing the NRI.
And it was from doing the NRI, I know.
And then Elder, because he's with the Shade Committee, Shade Tree Commission
Mhm.
Committee.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then Millbrook Listens, the guy that's been running
Yeah,
that.
Chris
started
is
coming.
Chris is a part of that as well. So, and see,
Yeah.
I did ask Chris to come to us, and Chris has gone over to the village, which
He's
is
only been to
fine.
one, like
Which is
he came to this
fine.
most recent one, but wasn't at the last one. So
Yeah.
I bet he would still come if you invited him again.
I'll hound him one more time. So we we've had a few people who have had interest, but it's just like once they say interest, I don't know what happens.
Okay.
I just don't know how to get people signed on, and sometimes it seems to be there has to be a reason, like there has to be an
Something
uproar.
concrete.
Yeah, some uproar in town that
Oh.
then makes people say, "Oh, well, I'm going to start joining this and this and this," so that we have assistance in backing up
Yeah,
these things.
interesting. Or maybe some initiatives. I mean, I can, not necessarily climate smart ones, but just general things. I mean, it sounds like what's happening in the village in part is that, one, that the village residents will gravitate to the village board.
Right.
And it's just easier because everybody's so much more near each other.
Right.
How they live. But I think also too, like you were saying, the Shade Tree Commission, that will kind of be a feeder for these
Right.
other things. So.
And they have more of the group seems to stick to the policies of the village. Like, this is what we say we're going to do, and we believe it, and we do it. Whereas the town has a little bit more broader, okay, we like that idea, but then when you start doing all the work, then they're like, oh no, we're not going to do that sometimes.
Right.
So
No,
then
I-
that, it disheartens the people who have spent their time studying, researching, and doing all this legwork to do the best, give the town the best option for planning or whatever, and then they kind of put their hands up and go, oh, it was a nice idea, but thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, which is great. That's the town board's option. I'm sure it may not always be like that.
Right. Right.
But that is the history of it, I believe.
Exactly. No, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, so I can send out, I have a pretty extensive email list,
Mhm.
and I could use that to.
That would be
see if
great.
they'd be interested.
That would be great. And I know we have put, Chrissy and Natalie have put out, Climate Smart, looking for them and looking for CAC members on several occasions, but there's not been any response.
I don't know what their list is, though, because I found out, maybe I misunderstand this, but, when you go on the village website, you can sign up and be part of their.
Yes.
If you do that in the town, you give that information to the town website contact form. Nothing happens.
I
never
They don't
get
have the
anything
cap-
from the
That's
town.
because they literally don't send anything out. Like
Yeah.
the
No,
village,
they don't have the capacity, I don't know if they're even collecting the information.
it's there, it's just no one uses it, I think. Like they don't have, it's, the Village of Millbrook, they have their newsletter. So they have an automatic system. I don't know, do they use MailChimp or something? I've never looked. So they do have it all set up. And it's just never been set up in the town before.
No, the town website, and I'm familiar with it as you folks are too, is tricky to find certain things on there. You have to know exactly where to look, and the village is much neater,
Yeah, it
so to
is.
speak.
It is.
Anybody who's interested in the village stuff can eventually find it in a little while, haven't done it before. Town is really tricky to find certain things. And
Yeah.
and the other thing I noticed is some of these meetings appear on YouTube, but they're not posted on the town website yet, which is another problem for people who want to look at stuff.
So it's just you have to know where to look. So Adelaide, I think, had pointed that out to the town recently for, I think, maybe the town board meeting. And I had responded, well, actually, if you click the top YouTube button, it immediately shows it. It doesn't always show it in the, because, where they have
In
the
the
agenda,
agenda,
the minutes,
yeah.
and then the posting of that. So it's not always there immediately, but it's always available on the YouTube link
Well, I
on the
found,
town's
no,
website.
I'm going to disagree with you. I'm first day back in a while.
No, I know.
I found that I have a YouTube account that I've set up for a lot of things, and one of them you can post. You can make your own little subset on there, and I have a subset where the town YouTube stuff is, and it appears there first. And sometimes the town doesn't get it on for a couple of days, but this happens faster. So it's the town, whoever does that, that's not doing it as fast as could be done. And it's harder to find on the town website as well.
Right. Well, I think there's going to be a discussion about some of this tomorrow night.
Right, what we're discussing is, after they decided to shut down Zoom, and I know that there's mixed feelings, I'm in favor of having Zoom, and I know it's difficult on the administration end, and I'm trying to get to the bottom of that, what are the obstacles, I know it's not a great thing if you're running a meeting, you have to run to the back room and
Correct.
everything. It doesn't make any sense. But, so we're looking at that to see if there's some way to manage that. But as an initial thing, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but there should be live streaming, so people can watch in real time what's happening at these meetings. The village does it, many other municipalities do, so, and some do Zoom, not as many.
Yeah.
But, so, please feel free to weigh in with any of your pros and cons, we're happy to hear it. And yeah, so I'm gonna be talking with Chrissy more on that, because she's had to deal with a lot of the same things that you have.
Yeah.
But I don't see it really as a money issue, based on looking at the budget, but,
Yeah, I didn't know why they went to, the way we do it now. I know I was in the office the other day when Pete was there
Right.
for doing his proposal for the town,
Oh.
trying to get it ready.
A while back, if you think about it, I think you'll remember this. It used to be, beyond the public, and you could actually speak at the meeting. And,
Right.
and
Yeah,
but
Zoom.
what
That's
happened
Zoom,
is
yeah.
they had some kid, I think it was, who got on there. I don't know if you remember. They had all the porn.
No.
Yep.
That was our meetings. I haven't gotten over it yet.
No.
Oh, I
And-
was
and I
on
think
that meeting, yeah.
That's really the issue, right?
Well, they fixed that, they fixed that.
Well,
That
yeah,
was
it
something-
is, but the
Not
problem, no, you
really.
can't really,
You can't really fix
it unless somebody's standing there. And that was the problem, is like, well, I had to watch, and, you know, Shannon and other people, until we could get back there and get it off of the screen, you know, and that's inappropriate.
That's what started
That's
it.
inappropriate.
But you should be able to at least watch it in real time. I
Yeah.
don't know why they stopped that.
But then, and this is what we were discussing when I just happened to be there in the office, is the village does it. So just check what the village does. Like, there's
Well,
got to
and
be
Chrissy
some,
did, actually.
Yeah.
And it turns out that it's really, really quite simple. Like,
that's what I thought it was.
You know, I don't know that we need this big setup. I mean,
The setup
I think
is
she's
great.
doing it through her phone. I mean, you know, you do need some recording equipment, but you have it. I
But,
think.
well, I think Pete said that there was a way of using what we have and making it work, but that's
Right.
something I think he's going to present to you guys, or
Right,
and then
right,
and discuss
right,
it.
Right, so,
So
Well, the other thing they had is people could speak if they got pre-approved, whoever was running it.
right, you have to have, I mean, it's,
That was all, and that was a different one. The first one was you could just speak and that's what the guy with the point came in there a couple
Right,
of times.
right,
So then
right.
they said, well, you can only speak if we pre-approve you and we know who you are. And then who's ever running the meeting. I used to actually do that for the CAC years ago. Have people who were pre-approved that wanted to talk at the CAC meetings and so on.
but,
And that worked out fine.
I mean, people do Zoom all the time. I mean, it's, you know,
Yeah.
it's kind of the standard in
We
so
have a
many
separate
places.
Yeah.
webinar account.
Not here.
what's that?
They don't let you do anything now. You gotta wait till it's posted
There's
on
a separate
the
webinar
someplace.
account. It's a Zoom webinar account.
okay.
So it's
Yeah.
you can't mess with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
So I know what
webinar?
you mean now.
Yeah,
The
I know
webinar
what they-
account.
It is.
Yeah.
It's like $600 a year, I think.
Yeah, and that was, I remember, because Carrie, I watched a lot of Carrie's
Yeah.
webinars, because you just log in, there's specifics that
Yes.
you can do, and that's it.
Yeah.
That you can't,
And we also live stream it through YouTube.
right. So that's
And can
pretty cool.
people participate?
They not
They can in the
they
chat,
Can, they can add questions
in the
Oh, by
chat,
but
chatting.
they can't. Yeah.
in the chat, they'll turn the
Yeah.
chat on so that you can communicate that way.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an
Which is
option too.
fine.
You know, I mean,
And again, that's somebody monitoring it, and I think that is part of the equation.
right, so I mean, there has to be a host. I mean, if
Right.
you're gonna do the video
And I think it was,
conferencing
Pete
part.
was saying, either me or my staff is going to be doing it, or you and your staff is going to be doing it, kind of a
Right.
thing. So that's where it,
So, I guess the thing is that there would have to be a designated host at every meeting.
correct.
I mean, it can be run from a laptop, of course.
Mhm.
I don't know why people have to be running in the back room. I mean, every time you
I
have a
think that's
ding,
because the laptop was back there.
And they can't have it out here for some reason.
I don't know. It may be hard,
Might be.
that
Yeah,
I
don't know.
have the feeling. I haven't looked at it recently.
Okay,
So,
well,
but I think they'll have that discussion tomorrow night,
Yeah.
and we'll find out more.
Yeah,
Well, it used to be something for like board members like you. If you're not there, you were allowed to come in to the meeting, but you couldn't have a quorum, be part of the quorum council.
Physically, right, exactly right.
But then you could join and you could participate in your board meetings and so on. They stopped that. So people, I remember in particular, Bob Audio was in
Exactly.
California or someplace, and they would not let him, after the meeting started, even though he's a board member and he was watching it, he was not allowed, well, he couldn't watch it, that's what it was, because he wasn't there. So even though he was a board member, and they used to let the board members join the meeting, but they just couldn't count as the quorum.
Right.
And I don't think it's a state law, I think we did away with that in the town.
Well, we had the discretion, we adopted a law, I think in '23, that allowed us to choose whether or not we were going to have video conferencing. And we chose to have video conferencing, but then somehow last June, they decided to stop video conferencing. And when they did that, the board members no longer could join remotely,
Well,
as well as the public.
my computer skills are not as good as they used to be, and never were that good anyway. But couldn't you say who could join? Yes, you could.
No, not when this, once they shut down video conferencing for the public, it was no longer available to board members either. That's a state law. If you make that decision as
Okay,
a
that's
board,
maybe what
as a
happened.
town to do that, yeah.
Because when this first started, Mary Alex, who was the previous supervisor, assistant in the town, wouldn't let the CAC as part of their list. So we made our own conferencing.
Oh, okay, I
And-
didn't know that.
We ran that, and people, sometimes you have to call a person on the telephone, and they could talk through the telephone, but they could have their own meeting. And we were allowed to have people come in from the public as well that way. And then eventually the town incorporated us into it.
Yeah, yeah, because that's how we were set up.
We weren't originally, so that can be done is what I'm long-windedly getting at. And I don't know why they don't do that still. It seems to be,
I don't think that they can do that currently.
you're saying it's
because,
illegal?
well, it's because they declined having Zoom conferencing. So once they declined it as a town, nobody can do it. It's invalid. So until they change it, and
So,
they may change it, they may not. It's going to be decided tomorrow.
Okay, so that's
Starting to decide
where you
tomorrow.
guys are at then.
Yeah.
It may come back, is that what I'm
There's a
hearing, if I'm hearing
discussion.
correctly?
There's
Yeah.
going to be a discussion about it
But you
tomorrow
have to
night.
be physically present to hear the discussion.
Unfortunately,
tomorrow.
yeah. If you want to know live time, you have to be here tomorrow.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that it would be nice if people could participate at the same meeting and maybe ahead of time get permission if they want to speak,
Right,
and they're not physically there.
right.
And I'm also saying that it was that way at one time, and I don't know if it's a state law now that says you can't do it.
No, no, it's discretionary at the
At
town
the
level.
town, the
So the
town did that.
Yeah, it's okay if the town says it's okay. If the town says it's not okay,
Then it's not okay.
yeah.
And you've got somebody from the town who, like, town secretary or somebody who could actually manage that. It's not that complicated.
That's,
Maybe we should
That's
end
to
this
be
meeting
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then continue
Yeah,
the
yeah,
discussion.
that's what I was
Right.
going to say. That is what they're going to discuss tomorrow night.
Okay.
So that part of the discussion's over. So, do we have any other questions or comments in our meeting?
Yes, I have something, a
Okay, go
story or
ahead.
something.
Okay.
Uh,
Is it brief?
I have two things. One is, where are we with tree ordinances and stuff like that?
We're still working on it.
Still working on it.
We may put Tim on that, since he's new.
You know,
Because I bet he knows about trees.
that sounds interesting. That's good.
Tree ordinance. We've been working on this for a while now. Not that we've worked overly hard. And we've looked at other towns' ordinances.
I think I sent you something for a couple of places
Yeah,
way back,
probably,
and it never
yeah.
seemed to move anywhere.
No,
Like, what do
mine-
you do if you have like 100-year-old trees or more, and people just cut them down
So-
indiscriminately?
Yeah, so heritage trees is one of the things that we had discussed.
Yeah,
And or size,
yeah, and size.
specific size, if we,
I think it was 8 inches at diameter
as a
or
part of the
something.
planning process.
Right.
If we had 8, 10-inch trees, that they had to be shown on the plans and why they couldn't stay.
Yeah, that happened at Bennett College years ago in
Mm-hmm.
the village, I remember that.
And Tim might like to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
And research it a bit, because I think he's going to be a really good person for this one. So we'll let him get some information together.
Well, I think we need to hurry up because there's Hitchcock and so on. And, you know,
I think we're going to be in time, don't worry.
You know, that's one of the few places in the town which really has not been harmed that much yet.
Not yet, and I think it's still going to be okay, don't worry. I have good faith in that place.
Oh, you're better than I do.
All right, so next, what was your
And
next
they
thing?
want to put swimming pools and baseball
No,
fields
they
and
really
all
don't
that
wanna
other
do
stuff
that.
in there.
They really don't want to do that.
They're in New York City. They don't live here.
I know. All right, what's the next one?
Okay, the next one is an interpretation. I'm requesting other people's opinions on this. I have my own opinion. we had some parcels that were approved in like 1989 for a subdivision of 8 lots, I think it was, or something of that nature. And several of the lots were flag lots. Now, the present code says if you have a flag lot, it has to be 1.5 times the acreage that's allowed in that area. So you're in a 1 acre zone, for example, all the flag lots have to be 1.5 acres. This came up at a meeting a while back in 2024, I believe. A person who had one of those lots, which originally was approved a long time ago, wanted to sell them, and the person who he wanted to sell them to wanted to change where the flag lots came out. So went to, I'm thinking the planning board, it could have been the ZBA, I don't remember at the moment, and said that I want to do this. It had a map, and they redrew the map, and all these flag lots, and there were 5 or 6 of them, were redrawn on the map entirely differently where the flags came out and everything. And some of the lots were made bigger, and some of the lots were made smaller. Though all the lots, I believe, still remain above 1 acre, but not 1.5 acres, because this was a 1 acre zone. Go fast forward a little bit, and I believe it was either the ZBA or the building inspector, zoning administrator said, well, it was approved. I think it was Aaron from ARC that said it. That's who said it. He said, well, they were already approved, so they can do what they want with it because it's already been pre-approved in 1989. Later, the town attorney said, if you were at a meeting and you were doing something with the board, and you're asking for a change, and the zoning law has changed in the process where you're not approved yet, they have to go by the new law. That's what he said. Aaron Warner said, no, this is already pre-approved and we're just doing it, and they did it. And
Where was the town attorney
Didn't we
when this
Reviewed this
happened?
last time and decided either, I'm trying to find the minutes, because you did bring this up and we talked about it, and
We did.
somebody did look into whether or not it would supersede, and I think that was what the finding was, that the new, when they reapply, the law
the law is crystal
is at
clear.
the time when they
at least in
reapply.
words. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's why I'm bringing
and
it up
right
for
at
an
the time of
interpretation.
reapply.
Yes, so we
So-
did talk about this, and it must have been, I can't find the January 7th minutes.
It was probably in late
I don't have the
2024 or 2025 where this came up again. Because it didn't come up when the applicant was before I'm going to say the planning board.
I mean, you just brought it up in, I think it was just this winter.
January.
I think
Yes,
it's in the
but
January because it's the
I
only
was
one
only
I don't
It's the only
aware
one
of
I
it.
can't find
It's the only one I
either.
don't have on me.
I'm gonna go, I'm in my phone, I'll
Yeah,
find
well,
it.
me too.
That is so funny. It's the only one I
Somebody
don't
did
have.
look into it.
Yeah, maybe I was out then and you guys looked into it, because I've been out for a couple of months now with this hip thing. But this came up later. It didn't come up at the time the application was there, so nobody said that, oh, you can't do that, because that's no longer legal. The interpretation of the zoning administrator or the whoever, one of the officials said, well, it's already done back then. They didn't know this law existed at the time. And so they made their decision based on the fact that this law wasn't there. But if you're doing a lot line change and it's not finished yet, you can't make a lot line change that's straightforward. That's a violation of the law per se. A lot of these lot line changes that come before people, they're all big lots. So it doesn't matter if you take 5 or 6 acres from one lot and you put it in another lot. All of these lots are way over the limit for that area. So that they conform anyway. The problem is, what do you do when you have lots that don't conform to the area because they're small changes, and you make it more non-conforming now? That's the problem that was never addressed. In
So
fact,
is
one
this
of the
coming up
meetings,
again? Is this like something that is,
I think.
if you're in a 1 acre zone and you need to have, you're before them, you want to make a change in the lot lines. It's not, and the new lot lines that you create have to be 1.5 acre according to the law. Otherwise, they're non-conforming.
So this is coming up because we just drove by the houses, just so
Well,
you
that's
know.
one of the, but it could come up elsewhere.
So, but he's saying, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So because he lives right next to this issue,
Yeah.
Well, that's why I'm aware of it.
that's why he's more
Right.
aware of it than anyone. But and that's why he's bringing it up, is because the code says one thing and that's not what's happening.
And
And
the
it's
other
not
thing
in
is,
the
most of
January
these lot
minutes.
line changes involve large parcels.
I know, I've looked up, does flag lot have a hyphen or space before?
I don't know.
It might be one word.
I'm looking
So
at
is
the wrong
this,
thing.
yeah, or is it,
And the
it
code
doesn't
they-
look right in any of the things,
Oh, I'm in
but,
the wrong
Yeah.
year.
so is this something that we should be looking at the code or discussing?
Well, I think it's going to happen again. It might be 5 acre zones or
But
whatever.
I do think we looked at this already.
I
thought
remember
we did.
this.
I know we
And it may
discussed
be
it.
that it didn't make it into the minutes.
I
for some
actually
reason.
have
Oh,
the
so the
wrong
January meeting was canceled. That's why
There
we
we go.
we
Yeah.
have no minutes. So that would have been December of
Look, it
25.
says canceled on my piece, and it was March was canceled, so there's definitely not in those two. February, it's not in February because I've just
I
looked
don't
at it.
remember it in February.
Yeah, it wasn't there.
This happened last,
Going back
I
to
remember.
It was
this.
last year.
It was last year.
Yeah.
And this was,
That's too funny. I'm sorry, we are like a little scattered right now.
It's after 2000, it's in 2024 plus, because that particular event I'm describing was in late 2024. And Kyle Bennett the lawyer, didn't comment on that until a good half a year or more later.
It was in December. I thought you would be flag lot.
I may have just said development issues.
Yeah, it did.
I think
And this is
it's in
only the
November, I
draft. This
said
was only the
development.
draft. It was
Yeah.
in December, so I
Because
just
I
have to
couldn't
find the December
understand
one.
the timeline of, or what,
So what would you like to say
Well,
about
at the
that?
very least, shouldn't this be done this time forward, that it doesn't happen again at the very least?
but is the zoning code clear? Like, so it doesn't happen again, is this are you suggesting that we need to talk to
Write a letter?
a letter to the
To
zoning board of
explain-
appeals, or is the code not
This
correct?
is the
Clear.
town board's attorney said this.
But where did
no,
we?
you said it was AKRF that said it.
No, he said the town attorney.
Said that,
It was Kyle Bennett who said, I didn't know anything about this, so it's not
who
me.
said it was that they.
But it was at this meeting in public, he said this.
Okay, I just
And
want
he's, and what he, so
At
what?
one of, not us, at
I
town,
No,
at town
and-
meeting.
And he said that it was the code that applies currently,
Currently.
not the old code.
So he disagreed, the town attorney, why didn't he say anything at the time
I
that the
don't know.
board was making the decision?
I don't know.
Because you have AKRF weighing in with one point of view, but the town attorney
Unless
is
it
the
was
interpreter of the code.
Joel Ariel might
It
have
could've
been the attorney at the
It could have been
time.
Joe before Kyle. So,
Oh,
I mean, is
okay,
it possible we should wait for the next time flag lots come up and make sure that we're on top of it then?
No. This is me now. I don't think you wait till something happens and then try to correct it if you can correct it ahead of time.
I'm just not sure what we can correct if we don't have a transcript of what the attorney said.
yeah.
It was at a public meeting. It wasn't a conversation after the meeting. It was during the meeting.
No, I know, but we don't
I mean, if there's not a transcript,
know
It's kind
what
of-
meeting. First, we don't know what meeting.
yeah, there's a lot of.
We don't know the content of the meeting, but exactly what was happening to where this is interpreted.
Well, I know it applied to that particular property, but
I
since
think
he
I-
said this at a public meeting, can't we ask him to say it again at a public meeting? It wasn't a private conversation.
I mean, well, we can find the transcript if we know which meeting to go. I mean, it's not.
I think I know, well, I'm looking right now, it's hard to see on my phone, but I think I know the property that you're talking about. I think I can
Yeah, I'm
track,
sorry, I
I can
forgot to
track
tell
down
you.
the application.
You know which one it is. Yes, you knew which one it was.
It's the
It's the shortbread you want.
Oh.
Riga
good.
property up on Maple Hill Drive, but that's not when it came up. It didn't come
Tim,
up
would you like a
then.
shortbread?
It came, he mentioned it after that. So it would not be in the minutes to that
Sure
meeting.
it is.
And I'm pretty sure Joel Ariel was the town attorney at that moment.
Did you find it,
Yeah,
Susan?
I found it. It's,
You're amazing. Well done.
it's Maple Hill Drive and County House Road.
Yeah,
Yes,
which
Maple
meeting,
Hill
just so
Drive.
that we can,
It's I'm looking, this is actually the planning board.
so it was a
So it
planning
was a
board
planning-
meeting.
Planning board, and this looks like, and here's the AKRF memo, 9/27/24.
27, 24. And,
I think it was later than that. I think that was when it happened.
No, but, I mean,
All
that's
right.
the AKRF memo,
this, what she's saying is the memo.
but
from
I'm
when-
saying there had to be an attorney there rendering opinion. If we look at the meetings, then we can find out how
Yeah,
they.
so we're
went
gonna
in.
look, we'll take that time frame. We'll look at it, and we'll see if we need to write a letter of any recommendation on reviewing the flag lots and how they're processed.
Couldn't we ask Kyle Bennett to restate that publicly again, since he said it publicly?
But we don't know if it was him?
Yeah, I know it was him. I know it was him, but I was.
But you just said
I'm
you didn't-
positive it was he talking to me at the public meeting, because I questioned it.
But it wasn't Joe. It was Kyle.
It was Kyle.
Okay. So we'll
I don't
look.
really see, I'm just looking at the proposal.
They may have not put it in the minutes.
I'll look at, I'll look
I'll
at
look
the
at it.
video,
But
which
it
is
wasn't
way
done,
more
it wasn't
fun.
done in private, you know how
I'll
you
look-
talk
no,
after the
no,
meetings?
no, I know, but I'll look at the video. I'll see if I can locate the
All right.
video now that I know where to go.
All right, so the second part of my question for other people to answer, shouldn't we make sure it's in the code now clearly for future reference?
Right, so once we find out what this says, is that what we want to do, is have a letter of recommendation to clarify or to,
I mean, if there's something unclear in the code,
correct.
and if
of
there's
how-
anything on record about an attorney's
Interpretation,
interpretation. But
that-
if not, I think it's a weird,
It's an
Yeah.
awkward letter.
I mean, it just might not have enough specifics to make any difference.
Why would he say that if it wasn't a law, just his opinion? So he must have said that based on something.
Well, that's why we have to look at the code
Yeah,
and
so
see
then
if
we're
there's
gonna look
something
at it.
unclear in the code.
Yeah, so when we review this, which this is going to be a little project for me to do.
Good, good, you're good at that
Thank
stuff.
you. And then I'll determine, and I'll get back to everybody on what I find, and then we'll either review the code and do a letter, or we will say it's not clear enough. We could do a recommendation letter to the board to make it clearer, because that's something that is through the process of the board.
But, I mean, I'm looking at the proposed and current acreage, the only one that I'm seeing one lot's going from 1.92 acres, and this is in a 1 acre lot zone, to 1.78.
Yeah,
So
but these are
that,
supposed to go to 1.5 or bigger.
right,
all
so this
flag
would
lots.
be 1.5 or bigger, because it was,
Okay, well, I don't hear that well. Did you say 1.78 or
I said,
1.178?
yeah, it was gonna be reduced to 1.78, so it's still more than 1.5.
All right, so that one doesn't count then.
The only one that looks like it's still, I mean, all of these are substandard, but that one is being changed, and the only other one is being changed was going from 1.08 to 1.13 acres. So that's the problem one.
Right.
That's lot 8.
And it's all been done. So,
It's-
and I think the one thing it is the zoning administrator believes, because now that, that's all been done through the planning board, that it is a buildable lot, even though that one, for sure, I don't know about the others, because they're still flag lots, is that correct?
Yeah.
That they should go before the planning board, whereas he
Right.
just sees it as a buildable lot. So it doesn't need to go to the planning board.
Right.
So that, I think, is what is part of the problem
Yeah.
with
Well,
the
if it's a
power.
buildable lot, like it's bigger than 1.5 acres,
Right,
then it conforms basically.
right, but the other one doesn't.
But there's at least four that they did.
Right.
Wasn't,
So I think that's where
I'm not
the,
showing that here. I mean, I'm just looking at a
again, it's
table.
research, it's
So we'll
research,
see- Right.
size, it's research. I'll do some research and get that back. Thank you, Howard. Anybody else have anything to question, comment?
Motion to adjourn?
Second? All in favor?
actually
don't
had
turn this
more,
off.
but I think we should adjourn at 8 o'clock.
7 o'clock.